Right, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redmond TV. Nah, chat, get on this, yeah. Wait there, let me wait 30 seconds because I want you to all clock it. I'll say hello to you in a second. Right, big up. Smash a like on your way in as well. Nah, chat, I was just playing about so I use StreamYard. And on StreamYard, they give you like background music that you can use, yeah. Chat, get on this. No, seriously. So do you know if any of you guys had Sky Sports? I was 10. I used to scroll through Sky Sports like that. You go past the Nickelodeon ones, which I think that was like the only thing we could have with like all the normal channels. But we couldn't watch sports or nothing. But you remember when you used to get to like the 900s and there was Babe Station and that? 10-year-old Hamez was just intrigued. That's all it was, right? Get on this, chat. Doesn't this sound like one of the tunes that used to be played on Babe Station and that? Did you see that? And the birds would be like, I never had a phone, no chat. Nah, I'm sorry. That was immature. But I was just scrolling through and I just heard that tune. I just remember, like, I was young, chat. It was one of those, like, I was dead young and she was there like that. Sorry. I never had a phone either, otherwise. At least I would have got a contact, you know what I mean, from young Hamez. You're filthy. No, it's not even about being filthy. It's one of those things where it just got to the late hundreds and you know what I mean? Welcome back to James Redmond TV. Welcome to another video, another live stream. Big up to Drunk Vegan. Hope you're well, sir. Tech as Dave. Wagwan. Big up yourself. Wisdom. You found your cap? I have found my cap. So that means that we're not getting everything out on show today. Hamez, you big, beastie, beautiful, bootylicious man. Oh, pause. It was fine until bootylicious. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm down with the bootylicious talk. Smash a like, people. Big up to you, by the way, Sam. Smash a like, people on the arrival for sure. And anyway, let's get into one of those things. Nah, I'm sorry, chat. Thank God Trent cut his hair. I hated the dreads. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, Festus, chat. I don't like doing the whole like new mythical Trent Alexander, but guys, you know what I mean. It's 2018 to 2020. Trent's all over again. Oh, by the way, before we do get fully, and I mean fully, into the stream, I need to add Husam's YouTube channel to the title because he's going to join us a little bit later in the stream at about 10:30, and then we're going to talk about Levi COLWILL. So just give me a second. That's football. His channel's That's Football, isn't it, chat? Is it That Is Football? I swear it's That's Football. Why can't I find it, chat? Let me know his YouTube channel in the comments just so I can make sure that I can get that in there. But yeah, we are going to be talking about Levi COLWILL. We're going to touch on Jordan Henderson because I saw a photo from him from last year. And I thought this last year, you know, chat, but you know, I thought last year Henderson looked a little bit chubby. Like just a bit chubby. Not chubby in a consensus of a normal person. I just mean for a footballer. This is football. Thank you, chat. Thank you. It's not That Is Football. It's This Is Football. You're right. Yeah, but anyway, Jordan Henderson, he just looked a little bit chunky on one of his videos. So what I want to show you, sorry, on one of the clips from last year. Boom. I'm not good at multitasking when you've got me talking and trying to do things at once. I need to get someone behind the scenes for these streams, honestly. But yeah, Henderson looked a bit fat. So COLWILL, Fat Hendo, and a few other things. Your comments as well, because why bloody not me? Did you see Trenton Robbo? Looked like he was about to kiss him. He's apparently been begging for it. I'm not going to lie, lad. They've got something going on behind the scenes. It's just one of those things, you know what I mean? And it's fine, as long as they get assists. If you want to, like, mix it up with each other and you know, pause. Perez says, Hamez, I thought you weren't going to talk about players. Hamez, I thought you weren't going to talk about players you don't think are coming, so how come you're talking about Levi COLWILL? I do not know where you heard this, and I don't usually entertain stupid signings like Mbappe, if that's what you meant. So if there's no chance we're even interested, then I won't talk about it. But Levi COLWILL's a different situation, my friend. I don't think we will get Levi COLWILL, but that doesn't mean I won't talk about it because then I'm just dismissing Liverpool news. We're actually interested in him. So as much as I appreciate you trying to call me out there, Perez, Nah, my friend. But yeah, anyway, let's talk about it. And plus, it's not even about Liverpool speaking to Levi Colwill. It's actually about Levi Colwill himself coming out and being asked on Instagram Live about a move to Liverpool. Now, it was very minimal what he gave us, and then we're going to talk about the details of what we know to this point about Levi Colwill. But let me just go on my Twitter because I was able to retweet it. So, there we go. So, he was on live stream, innit? He was on live with his friend. Next thing you know, bam, Twitter. He was asked about Liverpool. And this was the sort of response. So as you can see, this is the Henderson shit that I want to get into, but we'll get into that in a minute. Levi to Liverpool. So someone asked him about it on Instagram Live, and we got barely anything, but this is it. Right there. Start. Volume.
Oh, even my Jamaican friends is like Levi to Liverpool.
No football talk, man.
Now that's interesting.
Oh, even my Jamaican friends is like Levi to Liverpool.
I'm not overplaying it. The pause.
No football talk, man.
Now, okay, the pause could just be a Wi-Fi thing, innit? It could be a Wi-Fi thing, but chat, here's what I'm going to say. In my opinion, by the way, shout out to Kenny G. Kenny, I can't remember you becoming a member, but shout out to you, sir. But the reason why that's interesting is because in recent times, I saw an Arsenal fan tweet Reece James and say, Reece James to Arsenal, who says no? And then Reece James responded, I say no. And that was really funny and quite cool. And, you know, Reece James has aligned himself with Chelsea. I think that's good with what the club's been through. But Levi Colwill, he was a little bit more reserved, bit more resistant. Now, what does this tell us? Also, there was a pause. Could easily just be thingy, you know what I mean? It could just be Wi-Fi connections. But if there was a pause and there was no football talk, yes, Perez, you're right, sir. You're right. Keeping options open, which means he's open to a move, and that means he wants to move. And we know, based on what we've heard, that Liverpool are heavily interested. Klopp is a big admirer, and it's someone that we would like in the short term for the long term. So even though we might come in and not start above Verge straight away, him and Kanate can build that partnership over a prolonged period of time. So the reason why that's interesting is because there's definitely a hint of Colwill not wanting to stay at Chelsea, which is kind of being known. But even though it's been known, now we know that we're interested. He wants to go. So yeah, Perez, you said to me before, like, why are you talking about players you don't think will sign? It's because we're actually linked with this player, but I don't think we're going to cough up the money that Chelsea will eventually ask for Colwill. Does that make sense? So I think they'll ask. Wouldn't be surprised if it was north of 60 to 70 million. And then if you think do I think Liverpool will pay this? Not necessarily. I don't think they will pay it, but it'd be lovely if they did. And if they did pay it, then that'd be fantastic. But I don't see it happening. Shout out to Channon. He says Colwill would agree Liverpool, but it's about a fee. Exactly. So Colwill would be more than happy to join us. Chat, we're a Liverpool fan. I'm not too sure, but if he was a Liverpool fan, that's another incentive. But it is just about agreeing that fee. That's the only thing. When does his contract expire? I would imagine he's on a long-term contract. Chat. Let Sam know in the comments about his position contractually with Chelsea. It doesn't mean Colwill will come, but I believe he would entertain a move. There we go. We're on the same page, Perez. We're on the same page now. James, I think this is becoming the Jude Bellingham stuff all over again. There was some even weird, pathetic LFC fans that were stalking Colwell's mum and started digging her tweets from 2013. What the fuck? No. Now, this is borderline, please go to jail type stuff. Borderline, because people done it with Jude Bellingham as well, and it was creepy. And Jude Bellingham, I think we put Jude Bellingham off Liverpool with the wide consensus of fans who was genuinely licking his bollocks on a night-to-night basis. And I was fuming because I just thought to myself, it makes no sense that we're riding on someone's nuts when he could be our only midfielder and we need 3. But on top of this, there was no concrete interest. And for north of 12 months, we were definitely getting Jude Bellingham. That was weird to me. And this one, I've told you, I don't think we'll get Colwill either. You know what I mean? It's just when we are linked with the player or the player wants to come to us, what does that say? The crest holds more weight than our resources. The crest still holds weight. We can still attract great young players like Colwill, but if FSG aren't willing to splash the cash, then we've got an issue. But in terms of profile, stylistic point of view, he's a nice player, man. I really wouldn't mind that. Yet I saw that. Will someone be able to send me these tweets, please? If someone can send me these tweets, my Twitter, I'll share the screen again, but my Twitter is James Redmond _97. No, sorry, _96. So I would absolutely love it if you guys could. Yeah, look, I'll show you. James Redmond 96 is my Twitter, guys. So if you could send me that by any means, please do. That'd be amazing. And yeah, we'll get that up. Oh, Sadio Mane's trending. Why is Sadio Mane trending, chat? Let's have a gander. Cristiano Ronaldo would have costed less money than Mane and would have scored double the goals. To be fair, might not be wrong. You know what I mean? Ronaldo is a systematic machine, like. But Mane's clear, blood. Nah, I'm only joking. Nah, Mane's low-key past it. Probably has to go to Saudi in a chat, you know what I mean? These people can't be real. Why is Mane a gangster? Enlighten me. Soboslai has replaced the gangster energy when we lost Mane. I don't understand how Mane's a gangster. Low-key, though, he was. The way he just, like, batter people. And, like, do you reckon he just fuck people around in training chat? You know what I mean? The way he was just fuming at Salah. Why is he trending, though? There's nothing here. There's only the Ronaldo stuff. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Monsi. Is Mane available for 20 mil, chat? Is that what it is? Is that where we are? Mane is up for 20 million. Okay. Wow, yeah, he needs to go to Saudi, I think. It was amazing while it lasted, though, chat. Enzo Venera for good old Sadio, but what a player, eh? What a player. In his peak, I think at some point he was our best player, no doubt. Hamez, do you think we will get Colwell? He will push out Robbo as our left centre-back. No, I don't think we'll get Colwell. But it depends. You know, it might be an out of nowhere signing. But as we know, typically the Jude Bellingham was a good reference. But as we know, typically when we're linked with a player for a prolonged period of time, it really depends on a lot of things if we get him or not. And that's why I don't think we will get him. I think he'll be a bit too much to ask. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, did somebody just share me? Yeah, someone even said that before about manifesting it like Bellingham. Let me see if someone sent me that tweet. Nah, I can't find the 2013 tweets, but shout out to Perez. He says, Hamez, Colwell has 2 years left on his contract with the option of another year. Okay. So, of course, that means the player would have to activate that, surely. Levi is low-key flattered and keeping options open. I agree. But then, guys, what other clubs are linked with Levi? In the Premier League, specifically? Maybe because I know that Italy like to look in that market now. Tomori went to AC Milan, so I don't dispute that there's probably teams there looking at him. But I haven't really seen many other teams linked with him like the way that we're linked with him. Not that we're the only team that could get him, but it's just one of those. James, love from Australia, lad. Love from Australia, Kangaroo Land. Big up my fucking guys in Australia, beautiful fucking people. By the way, our boss was Volkanovski the other night, by the way. Amazing. Maze. It's amazing. Do you remember, have you ever watched them? Grown Ups 2? That's always a scene that's stuck in my head. Maze. It's amazing. It was boss. I'm pretty sure none. Brighton. Oh, yeah, because Brighton are going to cough up 70 million, even though I don't think we'll cough up 70 million. Brighton ain't for show. Coughing up 70 million for Levi Colwell. Brighton 40 mil. So we did his 40 million, and we can't get him. Fuck off. Not a chance. City only, but they're going for Guardiola now. To be fair, City could look at him, but they've also got that other guy who was the partner of Levi Colwell. So the guy in the under-21 European Championships, who is also the captain for England's under-21s, is Timothy Howard-Bellis. Chat, let me know if I'm wrong on this, but I believe he's a City Academy player, correct? And if I am correct, why would they bring in Levi Colwell for 40 million when they've got John Stones, Ruben Diaz? Bear in mind, none of them are over 30. And then they've got Timothy Howard-Bellis, I think his name is, or Bells, I'm not too sure. So I don't think City would get Colwell. I don't think we have to worry about them at all, in fact. Taylor. Is it Taylor? Maybe you're right. How much do you honestly think he is worth? Share is the realistic target because he is the cheapest on the list. Per shares, I haven't heard about him since we played him in Champions League. Do you remember in lockdown season when Nico Williams assisted Curtis Jones? That was the game where I thought, this Per shares looks quite good, to be fair. Where's Per shares now, chat? Where is he? Because I'm not too sure. Yeah, he's in City's academy. Exactly. So he's not going to go. City won't get Colwill. They won't get Colwill. James, we paid 70 million for Virgil van Dijk after selling Coutinho. The only way we'd get Colwill is if we sell that dusty player, Mo Salah. Nah, me, you're wrong for this. You're wrong for this. I don't like the idea of selling the best player in our football club over the past like 2 seasons. For chips and pennies, bro. Nah, I'm only joking. Nah, just for like an under 21 centre back, I'm not sure. For our main outlet, I don't know if I align with that, G. And I've even spoke about the Salah thing, and I've tried to be more critical than others, but nah, I'm sorry, me, I'm not on with that. Not me, but you. Per Shares. Yeah, Per Shares. Who does he play for? Shares is at Torino. What the fuck's he doing there? I'm not saying, no offense to Torino. What the fuck's he doing there? Why is he at Torino? And is he being good for Torino? Because I know that Ajax, he was okay, but then if Ajax are selling him, then what has he done at Torino for us to want him? What you on about? We're paying Caicedo for 80 mil, 10 mil, mate. Levi Colwill is no plans of going. But it sounds like he wants to go. Chelsea, Don, is the thing. I know that you're speaking to Perez there, and I don't know if you're trying to argue the point that Levi doesn't want to leave. Maybe you're right. Chelsea might not be willing to sell, but just because they're not willing to sell does not mean the player wants to stay. Heard we're not linked to Inacio or anyone like that. I'm not sure. We sign a centre-back. We're not going to sign a centre-back. Chat, am I right or wrong? W or L? I don't think we'll get a centre-back. That's who I'm trying to talk about. Taylor Harwood Bellis. That's it. You're right. Yeah, W or L, chat. I don't think we're getting a centre-back at all. I just think we're going to chill with... I can't see a world where we don't get another player in the window. But I don't know if it's going to be like a crucial first team player, you know, or even a back. Like it could be like a Calvin Ramsey type signing, like 4 million, 5 million, you know, a young player. But I don't think that we're going to get one. L. Off what substance then? Who are we going to sell to bring in a new player? Because we've already saw the reports. And listen, guys, there's no smoke without fire. These reports come from somewhere. They're not going to be getting anyone. They need to sell people to get people. And who have we got to sell? Besides Kostas Tsimikas, which then we'd require a new left back, or Joe Gomez, who no team's interested in because he gets injured every 2 fucking minutes. And then Saudi have pulled out on the Jordan Henderson. Nah, I'm messing. It was Henderson who pulled out on the Saudi deal, or the Saudi interest. And it's just like, you know, it's just pointless even entertaining the idea of us even bringing one in if we don't sell one. That's my issue. You know what I mean? And anyone who says, well, James, why are you doing content? I need to do content or else. But that's the thing. There's legs that get attached to these rumours. So what I do, I just either say, okay, there's legs to it, or there's not legs to it. And then that's why we talk about it in depth. Big up to Paniscouch, by the way. Big up to you, say you're a legend. Michael Lee, I'd rather get a centre-back than a midfielder. I agree. But I would also really want a number 6 because I'm still not sure about Fabinho, chat. I know that he's... Nat Phillips. Yeah, Nat Phillips needs to go to Leeds. And apparently we're not getting more than 10 million for Nat Phillips. So... it's a tough one, man. It is a really tough one. Sel Shimakassi's not good enough. Hey, Mane, shut up. We haven't got a backup left back. What you mean? Nah, I'm messing. You're probably right there. I don't know how long we keep Kostas as... I don't want him to go. I love that quality as our backup left back. But then who are we selling? Because we're not going to sell Salah. And we're not going to sell Fabinho. We're not going to sell Virg. And if we're not going to sell anyone, we need to sell someone. And he seems to be one of the biggest assets, which is why when I think about selling players, he's the one who springs to mind. But it's not that I want him to go. I'd love Kostas to stay. Did you see him and Salah meet today? They were like, just fucking hugged each other. Chat, shall we watch the training video? Nah, actually, let me get into this first. I want to watch the... have Liverpool uploaded the training video? I was going to say we could watch that together. If you want. We could watch it together because we best friends. What was I going to type in then? That was it. Let me go on my homepage, mate. Right, James Redmond 96. So, chat, get on this, yeah? Not this. Where's Jordan Enzo Nino? Right. So, I saw this tweet earlier, chat, yeah? On the left is a picture of Jordan Henderson with a bit of a belly. Now, for me and you, this is prime shape. You know what I'm saying? For me, this is prime shape, at least. I don't want to speak for you guys. But for Jordan Henderson, a Premier League captain, looks a bit chubby. Now, I will not dispute. It could be photoshopped. And I will not dispute It could be a bad angle. But have you ever noticed that you've never found a bad angle on Salah? Have you ever noticed that you've never found a bad angle on a Mannequin and JD? The reason being is because they're sculpted to fucking perfection. Speaking of perfection, here's Henderson now. You're telling me he was in this shape last year? Of course he wasn't. Because then even if you saw Robbo's reaction and Salah's reaction to his new physique, he obviously has changed something. And on that photo, he looked fat. Now, here's the point. I love the fact that everyone's saying, like, oh, Henderson, well done on getting into shape. You're a boss, this, that, and the other. And he is, well done. I'll always give people credit for getting into shape. But if he's out of shape, oh, the training video's premiering right now. We'll watch that in a minute, actually. We'll get Hussam on for half an hour. Then we'll watch it at the end, actually. That's what we'll do. But the point that I'm going to lead to, I tweeted out this, actually, before I replied to this super chat, and shout out to you, Alech LFC. Big up to you, sir. I want to show you what I responded to this, because I thought I put it well in the limited characters that I had on Twitter. So get on this. So I said, it's amazing to see Henderson in shape and all, but if this pic isn't photoshopped, it's a shame that our captain and leader by example turns up not in shape. It needs to be called out and could have been the difference of us getting 4th and 5th. Because, boys, that's a bit of a belly, you know what I mean? And he looked slow as fuck last season. Now, I also say to note that it could be a bad angle and all, but simply stating if he was somewhat out of shape, that isn't great. And then I thought one person made a good response to the comment, or to this. There we go. This was the comment, and this is what made me think about it. The way the players reacted to his. There was a little fly on me like there. Fuck off, will you, mate? Do one, you little bellend. The way the players reacted to him being in shape today suggests that he was not in shape all this time. It's confirmation that he's been too comfortable in his position for a long time and has gotten away with putting in minimal effort while shouting at the players every game. Chat, is there legs to this? Or are people looking too much into it? James, it's a bad angle. You think so? You think that's a bad angle? Have you ever saw a JD Mannequin look fat? I'm just asking you a question. Have you ever saw a JD Mannequin look fat? I'm just asking a question. And do you think with the shape that he's in now, you could find that same bad angle? I doubt it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because even when you breathe out, yeah, look, I'm breathing out right now, right? I'm not trying to be pause. I'm breathing out. I'm a little bit skinny at the moment, so I can't do it that much. But look, you know I haven't got a six-pack. You know I don't. It's just a flat belly. You know what I mean? But even when it's like that, it's a flat belly. But I'm not a Premier League footballer. Oh, by the way, I'm not in shape. So let me just raise a couple of points. My guy clearly didn't have a six-pack. If he is below par in standards, that's an issue. And if he wasn't fully 100% fit like he could have been, that's also an issue. So that's the only point I raise. Alech LFC, shout out to you, sir. Big up for the super chat. And anybody who contributes to the channel. Mate, you're a heroes, honestly. Can Fabinho move to centre-back so Trent can go to midfield? I don't see the correlation. Why is everyone assuming we're going with 3 at the back, by the way? Do you know what I mean? Why is everyone assuming that we're going 3 at the back? I'll extend more on this in a second. Let me just respond to a few comments first, Alech. Sort of right. He just isn't good enough. He was in shape. He was just also shredded. He is just also shredded. He is still a horrible footballer. He was never good. And when he was young and thinner, says me, not me, but you. Does being fit make him have the ability to do forward passes? I don't think so. And that's another point that I raised, is that if he was out of shape, and bear in mind, I've gave him the benefit of a doubt. It could be photoshopped. It could be a bad angle. But if he was somewhat out of shape, then you've got to make up for your lack of technical ability in your fitness. And that was the only point I wanted to sort of raise, is that if he was out of shape, that's a shame. You know what I mean? To be honest, I thought he looked fat towards the end of the season. I remember saying this. I thought he was a little bit chubby on the screen, and he just seemed like a slow turn. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Morgan Jones as well. Big up to you, sir. I saw you were one of the first comments today. But people thought Luke Shaw was fat, but bro was really hench this whole time. Nah, Luke Shaw's got a bit of a belly. The same way that Sancho's got a bit of a belly. It's not... I don't want to say it's not a bad thing to get a belly, because I think the least you can do as a footballer is stay in shape. You know what I mean? I'm not saying don't ever let yourself go, but yeah, when you are at the level of Liverpool, if you want to go to Saudi and get fat, understandable. If you want to be at Liverpool winning Premier Leagues, then you need to maintain the standards, especially if you haven't got that technical ability. Henderson knows that he needs to work to get his way back into the squad with the new additions. He does, but he's 33. He's not better than McAllister, Szoboszlai. If we got a new midfielder as well, you have to give him a chance. Curtis Jones, I think, is better than Henderson right now. And if Henderson was to start above Curtis Jones, then that means I'm heavily disappointed in Jurgen Klopp, because then you're just neglecting like a really good young player. And you're not really giving him the full chances or opportunities to really maximise himself or prove himself. Guys, I'm just getting the air charge. Stay quick. 1 second. Oh. I'll be back now, use. Oh. Bam, 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 bam. Barrier. Barrier. Remember that friggin' bird from what's her name? The one from what was her name, chat? The one that Oxlade Chamberlain's bird plays for. Sings for. Do you know the one who was like Barrier? When she was asked to speak Jamaican. If he needed competitions to stay fit, he should have kicked out to Saudi. Yeah, man. And I didn't want to make this a Henderson bashing session. I actually wanted to just see what you were saying. Like, was he out of shape? Was he this? What is he that? Hendo is and always will be a legend. Respect. That's right. That's right. No matter what he does, he will always be a legend. And it is a shame people call him shit, because there was like 2 or 3 years there where he was like one of our more efficient players in the system. And we always played better with Henderson for a 2-3 year spell. But that hasn't been the case for the past 2 seasons, for instance. Answer this one. Can Fabinho move to centre-back? Would you be happy with Fabinho at centre-back? Do you think he can do a job? Little mix. That's right. That's right. That's right. I don't like the way there's this fly roaming around me friggin' me light. It's like catching me off guard. Rue Pranson Hussam. No. L. Yes. Okay then. Okay. A lot of people are saying no. So use it off the Fabinho train. Is he just done to you guys? Yeah. Is he just dead to you? Fair play. Fair play. Fair play. I'm glad to see that we're all like happy or embracing a bit more change, because I thought we were going to be keeping Fabinho for years before everyone. Me. I'm not going to lie, bro. I love you. Yeah. I'm not making you mod, G. I'm not making you mod. Nah, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you. Yeah. You seem like you're great for being controversial, but yeah, bro. I'm not making you a mod. Maybe one day, but I don't know, lads. I don't know. I'm giving out these mods like the M passes, you know what I mean? I need to limit it. If a football player buys a player for 100, if a football club buys a player for 100 mil, is that like real money? Because that's a lot. Usually a big deal like that's done in installments. Is that real money? Yeah, that's real money. I'm sure there's 250 million currency in the world at some point. Hamez loves juice. I don't know yet. My skinny arms are saying that, and I need to get in a different type of juice. You know what I mean, chat? I need to sort myself out, mate. But I've got to be like quite thin at the moment for external reasons. You know what I mean? Fabinho is a high line. Mate, this is another thing. He doesn't suit the high line system, and he just looks dead slow, robotic. You know what I mean? You get more efficiency of an ashtray on a motorbike than Fabinho at CDM nowadays. I just don't get why he's still. I don't get why we need to get a CDM. The more that I'm thinking about it, we need a centre back and a CDM. It's wild, you know, chat. We actually need both. Otherwise, we've got issues. I got issues. Dee. James, who's the better technical player, Darwin Núñez or Origi? Ooh. Technical ability alone. You're not asking all-round striker. Technical. Origi scored some nice technical goals, man. You know what I mean? He was a nice player at times, Origi. He was a better finisher than Darwin. You know, like efficiency-wise. I'm glad you said it. Nah, I wanted you to say it first. I was always going to say Origi, but I just wanted you to say it first, okay? Because I went with... did you see the way I was like, technical ability alone? Yeah, nah, you're right, bro. Nah, you're right. You guys are right. I agree. He's also a better finisher, by the way. He is also... It's not Nunes slander. It's not... I was asked a question. Chill. And by the way, don't you think it's a big concern? Just from what you guys have admitted. I never admitted this. And if you're watching this back, look at the live chat. 80% of people were saying Origi over Nunes then. Isn't it a big concern? The player that we let go for free to AC Milan, who's no longer playing at AC Milan, he doesn't even play there. He's like their third or fourth choice striker. Isn't it a big concern that Darwin Núñez is a worse finisher and worse technically than him? Is that not a concern? Because I think that's a concern to some degree. You know what? For someone who was 75 mil, that's a concern. It's a big concern. It's a huge concern. Núñez will bag 35 this year. Off what substance? Origi never bagged 35. I'm just saying. He never got given the game time either. It is a big concern. I didn't want him before he comes to Liverpool. Perez, I tried to say this, but I say it on the front line in front of thousands, so I get shit for it. You said in the last stream that you would sell Núñez for a bag of crisps. Do you mean that? And also a packet of Haribos. And I'll drive him to the airport. I don't understand what you want from me. If you don't make me a mod, you're secretly a blue. There were already allegations on it. Nah, I'm not a Jamie Carragher, me, bro. Get on this yet, chat. You will never, I promise, you will never, ever see me wearing an Everton shirt, United shirt, anything. Nothing at all. You feel me? Fuck all that. See Jamie Carragher? He's got nothing on my credibility of a football. This is the closest thing that I'm getting to Everton blue. This is the closest thing. Don't play with me. You can go to the deep dives of Twitter, Insta. You will never find me in an alternative kit. I'm not Steven Gerrard, who was a 4-year-old wearing an Everton kit, or Jamie Carragher, who was a fucking boyhood supporter throughout the 80s. Fuck off. I'm Liverpool through and through, me, mate. I'm proper. 15 minutes away from the stadium, you know what I mean? I'd sell Núñez for anything above 30 to 35 mil. I'm not going to lie. You're tempting me at 40. Like, 35... 35's a huge loss. And if I'm a businessman, I don't know if I'm willing to take that loss, but I wouldn't have been willing to make that investment. You know what I'm saying? Carragher's an Everton fan, bro. Damn right. Damn right. Who was responsible for the Núñez fee as they fucked up? Maybe why Julian Ward has left. Yeah, bro. Whoever actually agreed with this, because I wanted Ivan Toney at the time, and I mean, like, and that would have been so much cheaper, homegrown, much better player. And I'm just saying, we've all just agreed Origi's better technically, and he's a better finisher. Like, I don't know. I love the way everyone else is now on this train, though. Shout out to Harris. If Núñez came in for 40 mil max, he would seem like a decent signing, but he's so much... See, exactly. Because in the modern day market, if you're spending 40 million on a squad player, that's not bad. You can do that, and that's achievable. The only thing... Oh, wait there. I need to send Hussam. I think I need to send Hussam the link on Twitter, maybe. I don't know. Because he's late, and he said he was going to be here. You know what I mean? Let me copy it again. Boom. There we go. Hussam should be here soon, but he's late right now. But yeah. What was we saying then? Yeah, as a backup, Darwin Núñez is good. He has a lot to offer off the bench. But then if you're bringing him in to be a starter, and then you've got Núñez, Jota and Gakpo, who I didn't even mention in today's video, which was weird. Yeah, it's strange. It's strange. If we had Tony, he would have got 20 plus goals. However, I can't take the bet. See, the Tony thing would have been bad in hindsight because of the shit that it's caused now. Because now we're going into a season. But you know what? It wouldn't. Because if Tony weren't available up until January, which, listen, we've had worse. You know what I mean? We went years without Sturridge playing up front. We've had much worse. The point that I'm leading to is that he would have came back in January and we would have had Jota and Gakpo in the meantime. And Tony would have been cheaper, which means we would have had more available funds for a centre-back or a midfielder or an additional midfielder. and you say he would have got 20 plus goals. He literally got 20 Premier League goals for Brentford. Brentford, what the fuck? And you're telling me with Soboslai, McAllister, that Tony couldn't mash work in our team? It's an unrealistic signing, but it's one that I really would have jumped on. Like, in terms of a technical player from England and like a well-rounded striker, he's boss. He's just not. You know, some players have got all the ability, just haven't got the platform. If we give Ivan Toney the platform, you're seeing a different player. Chat WRL. Big up to Sam. Sam, thank you so much for the super sticker. Absolutely amazing that you're helping fund the channel. And anyone who does help fund the channel, honestly, like, thank you so much. This is what pays the bills. You guys tune in. Even if we're pissing each other off, we have the right to piss each other off. You know what I mean, chat? And listen, when you're funding my YouTube channel, you can say whatever you want to me, mate. I'm not soft. You know what I mean? If you call me a bellend, I'll call you a prick. Call me a bastard, I'll call you the cunt. You know what I mean? It's that transparent relationship that we've got going on. And I love every single one of you for it. We all have to blame Tuchemani for the Nunes signing. If Tuchemani came to us, we wouldn't have had the money for Nunes. Nah, that's some great logic right there, you know, Harris. Honestly, that's actually funny. Get me in this stream. Let's debate Nunes. Chat. Shall we give Thomas the time? Shall we give Thomas the tank engine the time and the effort to debate Darwin Nunes? I'll give you 5 minutes. You've got 5 minutes to make one good point, Thomas, and I might even consider it. I'll see what the chat say. What's a bellend? Says Wisdom. A bellend. What is a bellend? No. Everyone's saying no. Are we not going to give Tommy the chance at least? Are we not even going to give him the opportunity? Tony is a clinical finisher. He'd probably get more goals than Harry launching Kane if he was at Liverpool. I think he'd get similar. Harry Kane got, 26 goals last year? And Brentford got 20 in a Brentford team. I rest my case. Okay, I'm gonna the chat's 50-50 right now. All right, just 5 minutes. All right, Thomas, I need you to message me on Instagram, brother. Once you've done such thing, I will be able to send you the link. Once I've sent you the link, we will be able to mash work, my G. Or message me on Twitter, unless you're a pussy. Until then, we'll continue. Shout out to Thomas. Oh, wait there. I want to read Future's comment there. James, I think it's about time we said the truth. Suarez. Wait there. Does this mean Henry over Suarez or Suarez over Henry? What does that mean? Who knows? Big up to you, Sarah. Oh, what a legend. Big super chat as well. Funny you, La. Keep on the grind, fella. Legend, mate. Short and sweet. Lovely comments. Type of comments that keep me going, that lad. Big up yourself. Training vid. Festus, we're going to do that at the end. I'm going to wait until... we're going to do a bit of a longer stream. There's a few things I want to react to tonight. So if you're in with it for me for the whole night, then big up yourselves. We should be live for about an hour and a half tonight. But I am just waiting on Hussam still joining. So hopefully we'll be able to get Hussam at some point. I'm going to check Thomas one more time to see if he's messaged me on Twitter or Instagram, and then I'll get back into the comments. Nah, Thomas, you haven't messaged me, bro. You flapped it. You absolutely flapped it. Absolutely. Jeez, nah, big up chat. Nah, use mad, use actually proper supporting the channel tonight. Oh, mate, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Love you, James. But the Nunes hate is going too far, says Amir Khan. All right, don't punch me, lads. It's going too far. His first season shows a lot of potential. And now having a full season to understand Klopp's system, he's going to be a beast. Suarez sees the potential. Suarez has to see the potential because, he's Uruguayan. And on top of this, just to extend on what you're saying there, my brother, he got the chances. It weren't the system to why Nunes was crap last year. It was the fact he was inconsistent at finishing, right? So I'm not going to blame Jurgen Klopp because as far as I'm concerned, he moved Salah all the way out right just to accommodate Nunes. That is what I saw at the first 4 or 5 months. And then I saw one change, Gakpo. It changed the system ever so slightly. Gakpo came in, Nunes fucked off, and we won games of football. Hashtag just saying. You know what I mean, chat? One of those things. By the way, shout out to Aiden. Legends. Our best front three at the moment is Salah, Gakpo, and Diaz. Well, maybe we can extend this talk a little bit. But guys, I have got one beautiful announcement to make. He might be late, but it's ever so great because it's Hussein. My guy. How are you, sir?
I'm never beating the allegations of always being late. I'm never beating the allegations, ever. I'm
It's
always going
not
to be late.
allegations tonight, it's factual.
I can't lie. I've been charged. It's not just
Like
allegations anymore.
this is like you've been heard on the voice notes. You know what I mean? Like if you want to put it in those terms. How are you, sir?
You are the best part. When we went on Monster's channel, the chat blamed you. That's the funniest part. They blamed you for being late.
Bro, they literally call me James Latemond. They call me Latemond. That's what they say.
Ah, God. Hello, chat. Big up to James Redmond TV. Make sure you guys
Big
are
up to you,
liking
sir.
the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. Big up all the super chatters as well. Make sure all liking, subscribing, share James's channel everywhere. And yeah, I have no idea what we're talking about. I'm 10 minutes late, but I had something to do. So I'm here. I'm here though. It's better to arrive late than to never arrive. So I'm here. Big up, you guys, man.
Nah, do you know what, bro? It's great to have your presence, and like I said, it was just good to get you on the stream for a little bit. Sam? Did you see Henderson being a fat bastard?
Oh, I saw your tweet. I wish, like.
Do you think there's anything to this?
You know what there is to this. What there is to this is a player that's just not good enough. That's what there is to this, and he feels threatened by players that are unbelievably clear of him currently, football wise, and the likes of Szoboszlai and McAllister. So he wants to try. You're gonna zoom into our faces on it. Yeah, that's
not a chance, bro. Not a chance. Not our ugly faces. You know what I mean, lads.
I need to shave, but I need to get people. I need to get people.
Your hair grows back so quick. You know that's wild.
Yeah, this is the Middle Eastern genes. You know, if I leave my beard like this one more month, it'll be like until here. No exaggeration.
I feel you.
Big up Triple T, man. I've been fighting the Hendo-sexual. Thank you, Drunk. I've been fighting the Hendo-sexuals for these last 48 hours. And, I've been telling them how we need to move him on and all of that. And I'm just kind of getting the same usual answers, Oh, he led us to this. He led us to that. It's funny how 3/4 of these people be like, James, what is Jurgen Klopp's problem? He's too sentimental. And then they're only sentimental themselves. Like, it just makes no sense. The response is usually leadership, nothing to do with football whatsoever, and not like we already have 15 leaders in there. And the second response is like, I don't want him to play, but I want him to just stick around. The guy earns 140 grand a week. That is 7-point-something million every year. 7-point-something million every year that you want to waste. Just... Oh, you won't like my opinion of Núñez. There's no debate. Me and James agree. I'm going to be honest with you. If you want to get my opinion...
I've heard your opinion on Núñez. I don't think...
my opinion on Núñez is he ain't good enough. I'm probably harsher on Núñez than James Redmond. Like, James Redmond gives you the nice version. My problem anyway in life is sometimes I deliver news like an asshole. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. He ain't... Listen, let's be real. If Núñez did this for Chelsea or for United or for Arsenal... he would become a meme for us as a Liverpool fan base. He'd become the Timo Werner. So why do we keep? Why is the energy different when he does it for us? We have to be honest. The guy just hasn't taken his opportunities, and he's had plenty of left wing striker with another guy alone as the striker, and it's just not working out for him. He needs to deliver this year. He needs to deliver. By the way, the guy who asked his opinion on Núñez is so disappointed with my reaction. You scroll up, he's like, bro, no, look at this. He thought I was going to back Núñez. Hold that. I ain't going to back him. Hold that.
I think more people are starting to see it, Sam? Like, the Núñez, the Núñez lack of technical ability, the fact that, because people try to make this thing, it's like people got clouded into thinking he never got chances in the system. Like, he never got no chances at all. Because it sounds like, like when Everton fans used to say, oh, we don't play to Lukaku's strengths. And Lukaku barely got chances, but when he did, he'd score. Núñez never had that issue. He got chances, and that's why I always struggle to align with. He didn't get chances. He got sitters. So it took away from the chances that Salah would get. Did you hear my point when you first came in? When Salah got pushed all the way to the right,
Salah was hugging Pep Linders for half the season.
Say that again.
Salah was hugging Pep Linders for half the season,
bro.
the start of the year. Like,
Just to accommodate Darwin Núñez, he literally got chances on a plate. So I don't get like when people say James, you're being harsh or whatever. Like you said, I think I'm being nice. Like, do you know Núñez? I said he's always sound for a top 5 or top 4 team. If you want to win league titles, he was never good enough. And I said I'd have took Ivan Toney at the time above Darwin Núñez. And it weren't even close, by the way. Ivan Toney scored 20 goals in a Brentford team. And what do you think he could have done at Liverpool? He scored 6 less goals than Harry Kane, Ivan Toney, at Brentford. Crazy, by the way. So I think he would have been the addition to me. Would have you took Ivan Toney?
Yes, I would have. And I just want to say one thing. Icon in the comments saying he will score more and humble you all. I hope so. Please don't think. Do you think I want to be right? I wish
there's nothing but good things if Núñez starts scoring goals. Nothing but good things.
I wish nothing more than Núñez scoring 55 goals and silencing both me and James. But you know what the thing is? James keeps talking about technical ability. Let me just tell you one thing, right?
Fuck you, Esther. Let me just tell Esther to go fuck herself. Fuck you. How dare you?
There's 3 types of football.
She just fancies Darwin Núñez. That's all. Go on, carry
Esther,
on.
100% you fancy. There's 3 different types of footballers. 1, the technical footballer. 2, the goal scorer. 3, which is rare, you find both. Now, we know he ain't technical. He definitely ain't both. He's supposed to be the goal scorer. So because he doesn't provide much else to the team other than scoring goals, he needs to be putting those chances in the back of the net. Now, you want to hear reality? He has the second most big chances missed in the entire league with half of Salah's minutes. So if Salah got them chances, my guy would be on 38 Premier League goals. So let's just say it as it is.
Nah, that's actually wild, G. That is wild. I always thought it was an interesting decision to take away from Salah being the outlet to make Núñez the outlet, and he's also less creative. And we also saw an improvement when he went to the left, but he's not our best left winger. So you can't just start him there just to accommodate to Núñez. It makes no sense. Shout out to Mo Hamez. We should rob Celtic's song for their Jota. I like our one. Oh, we wears the number 20. He will take us to victory. You know what I mean? I like it. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I like Jota. Jota is one of my favorite players currently.
Do you like his song?
Yes. And that Jota went to Saudi Arabia anyway, the Celtics Jota.
He did. He's going to be loved. He's going to be treated like a prince there. You know what I mean, lad? He's going to probably just grow into a legend in that league. Amir Khan, big up to you, brother. Gakpo and Núñez played together, and it worked with Núñez on the left. His finishing also shows good potential. Remember goal against Real Madrid? Oh, no, don't do this. Sam, do you want to respond or do you want me to respond?
Amir, remember Andy Carroll's goal against Everton in the FA Cup semi-final? Remember Andy Carroll's double versus Manchester City at home? Brilliant header and a brilliant half volley from 30 yards out. We can keep going. I can keep going with shit. Remember David Ngo's second goal against Man United, where Pepe Reina ran the length of the pitch? I remember so many different important goals by shit players. And what? He scored a goal against Madrid. Okay, and what? Like, we need consistency. You know the difference between top-class players and average players and shit players is consistency. A shit player will give you 1, 2, 3, 4 good moments. An average player is going to give you 10, 15 good moments. A elite player is going to give you 30 good moments. That's the difference. The difference between Salah and Núñez is Salah scores and consistently delivers. Núñez is doing it 1, 2 times a year. That doesn't mean anything. Núñez had a fantastic game against Tottenham Hotspur without scoring a goal. Did he do it again? No. And what? So this is why, listen, here's the thing. If you give me someone like a Firmino who doesn't score goals, but at least brings something to the team, I'd be like, okay. But the guy can't not bring anything to the team and not score goals. Like, it's just, I don't understand this loving for a player who has achieved nothing for us.
It's
why
weird,
are we just
bro.
loving him?
It's weird, bro. It's weird. And then we get called haters, but then they're the same people who say this player needs to go, this player needs to go. It's like, so what? We can't have an opinion on a player now. If Núñez gets 30 goals for the two of you, you have to shave your heads. Do you know what's interesting? I said he'd score less than 20 last season, and I got slandered for that. So, no, I do not consent to this.
Yeah, I don't consent to this either. You think this whole shave your head thing is going to be a thing now? No. You can hold that. Never doing that again. Hold that.
Sam, let me tell you one more thing that's interesting. Do you know about 80% of the chat before admitted 2 things? 1, Origi is technically superior to Núñez. 2, Origi is a superior finisher to Núñez. Isn't it interesting? The 4th choice striker at AC Milan, who left for free, and the guy who who came in and replaced his shirt, is now inferior on a technical and finishing basis. That's a big concern to me, Sam. I don't know if it is to you as well.
And somehow they back Origi did more for us, objectively.
Of course he did. He scored some of our most important goals, like this comment, like what Harris is saying here. Literally scored some of our most important goals. You know, the gentleman before referenced Real Madrid. Origi scored in finals, bro. Origi scored against Barcelona in a Champions League semi-final, right? And Nunes weren't at fault that game. I thought that was one of his better games in the Liverpool shirt. But again, let's analyse the game. Real Madrid, slightly older team, sometimes like to go for it because the game was even. They were on the back foot. It accommodated Nunes. And going into that game, was that the first leg or the second leg, Hussam? It was the second, wasn't it? It was a draw in the first. So Real Madrid can't necessarily afford just to sit back as usual. What they need to do is expose that high line a bit more, the same way we exposed our high line when we played Benfica, and that's what made Nunes look world class. And that's why I think Jurgen Klopp needs to adjust this sentiment of, oh, I'm going to sign him because he played well against us. And also
Klopp needs to stop signing players because they had a good game against us. Because if we use his logic this year, we would have signed about 30 players. I'm going to be honest with you.
Remember Minamino? Minamino actually ended up being productive to a degree, but there was people with him saying like, oh yeah, he's going to play in the first team. What the fuck's he doing now at Monaco?
Minamino is the reason why we didn't end last season trophyless. Unpopular opinion.
Minamino's the reason we ended last season trophyless.
No, why we didn't end last season trophyless. Not this one, the one before, the quad season. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Minamino. Come on, that guy turned into some different monster. Carabao
Cup, Minamino, I'll give. FA Cup, I don't think he's done much in the FA Cup.
Okay. He's okay.
Yeah, okay. But I'm on it. Minamino over exceeds expectations for me, G. I was calling him Japanese Messi for about 12 months, like. Good investment as well, if you think about it, Hussam.
Yeah, 7 million. I don't want to sell him, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought 7 million, there was no need to recoup any of that. That's like nothing money nowadays.
Nah, no, Hussam, you're thinking of business wrong, G. I thought it was productive to bring in a player for 7 million, maximise the shirt sales because of the part of the world that he comes from. He's like a superstar where he comes from, you know what I mean, lad? So it was good to bring him in there to get that exposure. And then next thing you know, sell him for, what was it, 12 million?
I think so, yeah. It wasn't
so
like,
think about it. We signed a player at 24 for 7 million. He wins us a League Cup and he won an FA Cup at the time and had an heavy influence on those things. He won a league as well, but he didn't do much. And then he goes for 12 million. That's good business. The same way, buying Fabio Carvalho for 4 million, him doing fuck all, going to Leipzig, comes back, his evaluation increases to 20 million, 25. And then you sell him. That's good business. Jordan Ibe barely fucking played. Sold him to Bournemouth, 20 mil. Dominic Solanke barely fucking played. Bournemouth, 20 mil. Ryan Brewster barely played, 30 mil. These young players, this is when we was investing the majority into our squad. And now we don't use that same approach. We don't sell these young players like what we used to. And the point that I'm leading to is if we put a bit more emphasis into our youth academy, put a bit more investment into these young players, you then get these profitable ballers like Fabio Carvalho. So I actually think FSG's done something right there. They saw a player that might never be our left winger, might never be our centre midfielder, might never be our 10, but he had the potential for it. And if he didn't, he still had the potential to increase his value. Therefore, he can become profitable all in due course.
I hear you. That's definitely a valid argument. I was just looking at the other side of the coin. I was like, 7 million, is it worth it? Just keep him around because he was a good option. But yeah, I hear you. I hear your argument, to be honest with you.
I try and be fair to like businesses that I understand that, of course, in the general consensus of big transfers, like 7 million's not a lot, but 7 million's still like a big chunk of money. It's like,
by the way, the academy is the worst part about Liverpool Football Club, definitely. And you know what my problem is? You know what, this talent thing, I'm not saying we need to produce a Trent once a year. My only thing is, like, I wish we produced more mid-level Premier League players that you could sell for like 10 million, you know, like a Chelsea who just randomly sell 15, 20 youngsters for like 100 million type thing, you know. So I think that's like Levi Colwell, they're trying to sell him for 80. Are you mad? Guy's a youngster, played like 15 games or some shit. So yeah, that's the thing.
Nunes, Slander, each live, and Hendo is growing a mullet.
Hey, I'm Hendo out as well. Same energy. I'm not even Nunes out. I'm willing to give him a chance, but all this, you know, just why are you acting like?
If you got 40 mil for him right now, if you got offer 40 mil, would you sell him?
Yes. Yeah. You know, Mo, what I don't get about this Nunes thing? I don't get why you're all acting like groupies and he's the rock star. He's supposed to play well for Liverpool Football Club and he doesn't. That's reality. You guys just need to reality check yourself. Gunit, see, you missed the second part. And that's the thing with Nunes sexuals. They don't never listen to the argument. The second part was Nunes had half Salah's minutes. The top goal scorers usually have the most big chances missed. But Salah scored 19 Premier League goals. Nunes didn't even hit double digits.
Nah,
Like
it's
the
painful
video,
facts.
subscribe,
Like, nah, it's painful facts. Like, and even me, I'll be constructive on Salah, and I do think there's times where certain fans, even like Hussam, can overrate him, but he's considerably and significantly better than Nunes. Oh, by the way, it's not even close, and it shouldn't be a conversation. And you wouldn't have put that if you said this fella at Benfica could be like close to Salah. You're lying. Like, you're actually lying.
I agree.
It's only because he's joined Liverpool. It's changed. You know what I mean? You said it yourself, Hussam. If this was at Chelsea, you'd be like, "Oh, Nunes is shit." Or United. Think about what we. Yeah, guys, I just want you to fully put yourself out of a Liverpool fan for a second. No, actually, don't. But think about Nunes being a United player. I'm all right thinking of it. I find it funny, but like, think about him being a United player, and think about if he had the season for them, what he's just had for us. You think we're going to sit there and think, "Oh, he's going to be so good in years to come"? You know what I mean? I just.
James, can you please put up Thomas's comment on the screen? Because I love dealing with people like this. Yes, this one. Thomas, you know the difference between me, James, and yourself is we're not robots. And we also realize that Klopp is not the Messiah. You want to hear something that you don't want to hear? Let me give you the unfortunate reality. Klopp was objectively wrong to think that he didn't need a midfielder last summer, whilst me and James and others thought that we needed a midfielder. Objectively speaking, we were right, Klopp were wrong. Next what? And then what?
Do you know what? I'm actually gonna. Can I?
You decide to follow them blindly. I don't follow anyone blindly. I don't trust anyone blindly. Yes, Klopp can make mistakes, and what? Klopp. Okay, here, let me say it to you crystal clear. Klopp thinks Henderson's good enough, and he's wrong. And what? Like Pep
I'll say this.
Ferguson made mistakes.
I'll say this. There's loads of managers who either didn't play at a good level or haven't played football at all. Does that mean they have no judgment, Thomas? It's very flawed logic, say what you've just said there. Let me just read that out. You are not the right person to judge how well a player is playing, mate. There is not. There is a reason why you aren't employed by a Prem club, and Jurgen is. Jurgen is great. Many managers are great. A lot of them don't have a high-level pro football and experience. So you saying I'm not a Prem player, meaning that I can't be or have an opinion. Therefore, Jurgen Klopp can't have an opinion. He never played in the Prem.
Also, why are you watching YouTube if that's the case? Because none of the YouTubers I know are former football players. Like,
but it's flawed logic to the highest order, though, in terms of saying just because you've never played football means that you can never. There's managers that have played in very low tiers levels of football. I think Rafa Benitez, he never played at a high level of football.
Bro, Klopp was like in the 3rd division in Germany. Like, are you mad?
Right. That's right. And so, Thomas, I'm just saying, like, even if you want to disagree with the Nunes points, can you now concede that this was a bit of a bollocks point? Because also, as well, I'm assuming, you can't be because you're commenting on James Redmond TV's YouTube channel. I am going to assume you say that's not your point. What's not your point?
Yes,
you are not the right person to judge how well a player is playing. There is a reason why you aren't employed by a Prem club and Jurgen is. No, so we are. Every single manager that is employed by a Prem club is a good manager. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should be our next manager because he's been employed by a Prem club before. That's what you're saying, Thomas. Am I right or am I wrong?
That's 100% what he's saying.
Nah, do you know what, Hussam? I messaged Thomas before. I never messaged him. I invited him before and said, come on the channel if you want. I said me Twitter and I said me Instagram, and he never came on. So he's chatting shit, bro. And I think he's just being a wind up because he's got no substance to his points. Oh no, we can get Thomas in the stream.
Get him on then. Let's talk about it. Let's do it.
Let's talk about it.
You know, Thomas, I'm just telling you, you don't want the smoke. If you want to come with logical arguments, come with logical. If you're going to come with this bullshit that you just commented, then it's just pointless. And Thomas,
I'm actually willing to be like, Thomas, I'm actually willing to be dead nice in it. Can I just say one thing? Thomas, nice energy, I'll be nice in it.
Thomas, I won't be nice. I'm an asshole. Let me tell you this, Thomas. When you come in here, after your first argument, I'm going to tell you, you're not the right person to judge because you're not employed by a football club. So whatever you said is null and void. See how dumb it is?
Nah, Thomas is actually saying, I'm looking through our chat. I've responded to him before. He's actually a cool fella. But yeah, lad, like, Thomas, let's bring you in. Let's see what you're saying. I've just sent you the link there, G, on Insta.
Ready. Born ready, Thomas. Get your ass in here instead of chatting shit in the comments. Let's do this.
Yeah, so I made sure I responded to this CMRN. He didn't mention playing in the Prem, to be fair. He just said employed by everyone is human. Obviously, they can be wrong. Yeah, no, you're right. And that's why I said the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer example. So, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a Prem manager, would you now trust him with Liverpool's judgments? It's still not a great argument, no matter how.
And James, you know what the problem is, James? This is my problem. Pep Guardiola currently is regarded by 99% of the people as the best manager on earth. Pep Guardiola made a mistake not playing a DM in a Champions League final. Pep Guardiola made a mistake signing Danilo. I can name you 10 Pep mistakes right here, right now. Pep made a mistake overthinking the game against us in the Champions League where he played Laporte left back. He made a mistake playing KDB right wing back against Monaco. I can name you 20 Pep Guardiola mistakes. He still is currently, by most people, the best manager in the world. Alex Ferguson made 100 mistakes and he's regarded as the best manager ever. So just because Klopp is the Liverpool manager does not mean that you just go like, Klopp could tell you that shit is purple and you'd go like, yeah, you know what, my shit's purple, man. Klopp's right. Like
that's all Sam's trying to say, chat. Like, don't misunderstand what he said. He's not saying we know more than Klopp. He's not saying that we're better at Klopp. Of course, we're nowhere near as quick. There's a reason why we're YouTubers and he's a manager. You know what I mean? Like, of course, there is credential differences between us and him. We're not saying we have more knowledge. But Thomas made the claim. In fact, Thomas is here.
Come on, boy.
Let's go.
Come on,
Thomas. My G, blood. Hey, Thomas, give me a spud first. Give me a spud, G. Come on. Yes.
What's your name, bro? What's your name?
My name is Hussam.
Hussam, nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you.
Listen,
I'm glad your cam is on as well. So
of course, bro. Of course, I'm not trying to hide anything. Let me make my point, yeah?
Go on.
Jurgen Klopp, guys, he watches these guys train every single day, right?
That's right.
So my only point is the guy who has the best foundation to decide who's playing is Jurgen. I'm not saying he's right all the time. I'm just saying the only guy I would trust with that decision is Jurgen. Simple. That's my point.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with what we said, though? Your comment is a completely different comment to what you just said.
Nah, what's my point? James, read out my comment again, please.
He can scroll up and read it up, but essentially we're in no position to have an opinion because Klopp is just automatically right, but that's not how life works. How many times?
Yeah, let me try and correct it, Thomas. Let me know if I'm wrong, sir. So your point was Klopp knows more than us, of course, because he's a Premier League manager, and we're not a Premier League manager. Therefore, we don't necessarily have the authoritative position to say our claim on Núñez is more or has more substance than the claim of Jurgen Klopp. The point that Hussam is making, I believe, and Hussam, correct me, is what he is saying is Jurgen Klopp doesn't get 100% of the things right. So if we have to align, because what you're basically saying there, Thomas, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, G, you're saying we need to agree with 100% of Jurgen's decisions just because...
Yes, that's what he's saying.
Just because Jurgen Klopp came out and said it, because he knows more, correct? Because he does know more, he sees the players and stuff. So because he knows more and because he sees more, that means we have to agree with Adrian signing a contract extension.
Nah.
Do you agree with Adrian signing an extension?
So yeah, hold that question.
Yeah, I do, bro. I do. You know, we
won't even get onto that, Thomas. We won't even get onto that. But you now interject and respond to that.
I will. And listen, guys, it's about trusting someone. I know you said about before, bro, you can't trust someone blindly, right? That's what you said, Hussein. Is that what you said? Yes or no, bro?
Yeah. That's
what you said.
I'm sorry, I'm just baffled by your previous comment, but I'm gonna let it go because James wants me to let it go. Go on.
You can let it go. You can decide not to let it go, bro. I don't really care, to be honest. The only thing I'm saying is you don't have better football knowledge than Jurgen Klopp, bro. So if you're gonna doubt his decisions, bro, you're gonna have to do it in the right way. You're not backing the players, bro. And bro, you're allowed to say, listen, I don't feel this guy is good enough to play for my team, but you can't say factually he isn't good enough to play for our team because you don't watch him, bro. You watch 90 minutes. You watch a Darwin Núñez came on in the second half of the season for about 20 minutes sometimes, bro. 20 minutes, bro. He needs backing, bro. He needs trust. He needs someone to put his arm around him. Bro, I've lived in a foreign country not being able to speak the language myself. How do you think Núñez is feeling right now, bro? He don't understand the instructions, bro. He don't understand the instructions. All I'm saying is give this guy time and he'll shine. And, bro, listen. This guy, Jurgen Klopp, is the best man for the job. And he's the best man to evolve Darwin Núñez game. He's not a finished article, bro.
I agree with that.
Let him take his time, bro. Luis Suarez is a prime example, bro. This guy came into the Premier League. He came into our team and transformed right away. Right away, bro. That's not how all players move, bro. I'm not saying Darwin Núñez is as good as Luis Suarez. All I'm saying is you need to give this guy time, bro. He might become a good striker for us. Yes. Or you're only slandering him because of his price tag, bro. If he would have came for free, you would have been like, oh, Darwin Núñez, yes, I see his qualities. The only reason why you're
Thomas,
saying
that's a bit of a flawed argument. Of course, if it's free, then there's
James,
nothing
I've got to
lose.
respond to this. I've got to respond to this.
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Thomas, first of all, your English
By the way, Thomas,
argument-
fair play, bro. Fair play. Like good conversation. Go, Hussam.
First of all, your English point is extremely weak because Carlos Tevez won a golden boot without speaking a word of English. Sergio Aguero won a
How
golden
many
boot
years
without
was he
speaking
in
a
the
word.
league, bro? How many years
That's
was he
not
in
the
the
point.
league?
That's not the point. That's not the point. You're talking about language. Don't change your argument when I rebuttal it. I hate when people do that. You have an argument. Listen, you have an argument. I rebutted it. That's it. Just hold your hands up. Say language has nothing to do with it. That's it. Because language has nothing to do with a guy. Bro, I didn't interrupt you once.
Huh?
Can I speak? I didn't interrupt you once.
Of course you can speak, but what you're saying is not right, bro.
Okay, I didn't interrupt you once. Let me speak, and then after you can rebuttal. Let me speak.
Not working out.
Let me speak. Let me speak. There's no point. The audience will just get a headache if we both speak at the same time. Let me speak.
Go.
Language has nothing to do with it. Aguero and Tevez won golden boots without speaking a letter of English. So let's push that bullshit.
How do you know? How do you know?
Second of all, because they didn't speak English in interviews. What do you mean? How do you know? They didn't speak English in interviews. Tevez had a translator in his interviews. Are you mad?
It's wrong. It's wrong what you're saying.
Cristiano Ronaldo, his first 3 years, didn't speak a word of English. Like you already know.
Wrong. Hey, bro, it's wrong. What you're saying is wrong, man.
Last I checked, speaking English has nothing to do with your finishing ability. I didn't realize you need to understand what the word shoot
but him being able to get in the right positions, bro. It's about him learning the instructions.
So him getting in the right positions has something to do with English.
And the instructions. It's simple.
That's very funny because him getting into the right positions isn't a problem to begin with. He's missing the chances. What does that have to do with English?
You're speaking too fast, bro. Slow down, man.
What? So my English isn't understandable either?
English is good, bro, but you're speaking
So if
fast.
we were on the same team, you'd be missing the chances because you wouldn't understand my English. That's your logic, essentially.
Yeah.
And your second point, now that we've rebutted that one, your second point regarding Jurgen Klopp knows more than us. Me and James have already clarified this. But once again, this is the problem with people. They don't listen to the argument. No one has ever claimed to know more than Jurgen Klopp. But at the same time, just like any other manager, Jurgen Klopp has made many mistakes. Many mistakes. I'll give you a perfect example of a mistake. Adrian's contract, mistake. I can explain to you why, but let's not get into it. James Milner came out at the end of the season. He said Jurgen Klopp wanted me to stay. Mistake. We can keep going on and on and on with multiple. I can name you, just so you know you're not annoyed. I can name you Pep Guardiola mistakes. I can name you Alex Ferguson mistakes. Every manager in the history of the sport has made mistakes. And it's okay. All managers made mistakes. I bet that Thomas has looked at a lineup before the game started and went like, wait, why is this guy starting here? Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. And Thomas was right. That doesn't mean that Thomas knows more than Klopp, but Thomas has the right to an opinion. When it comes to Darwin Núñez, the reason why the price tag matters is because at Liverpool Football Club, if you realize, we don't spend a lot of money often. So when we spend money, it needs to count. So when I put 64 million on a striker, the guy needs to bang. That's why money matters. He's not a typical Moneyball 30 million pound signing. So we've rebutted all three of your points. You go ahead now.
I'll go ahead, bro. The first thing you're saying about language doesn't matter. It's cap, bro. You know this, bro. It's not right. Him not being able, go, bro, go.
Thank you, Thomas. Thomas, by the way, bro, fire debate, bro, fire debate, and I respect how strong you stand in your ground.
Just before I go, are we agreeing, James, me and you, language does matter in being able to understand instructions?
100% to understand them efficiently. But can I say one thing? I wanted to just simply say that I don't see how saying hola opposed to hello or adios opposed to goodbye translates to good finishing. And here's my second point is I saw in the first 6 months, or let's say about 4 to 5 months when Núñez played, I saw the accommodation made of Salah being pushed all the way out right. Can we agree?
Yeah.
And then Núñez was getting the majority of the chances. Can we agree?
Yeah.
So all I want to mention, my brother, is Núñez started getting the majority of the chances. Therefore, the system was working. He was getting chances, and they were good chances. The only problem was he was missing the chances. Now I go back to the English point, and to say it in a different way to Hussam, I don't know if him being able to say hello opposed to hola translates to good finishing. It just, to me, I don't see the logical argument there. Do you understand what I'm saying there, Thomas?
I understand what you're saying, bro. I'm just saying this guy's is only going to get better with time. Things is learning the language, learning his teammates.
Bobby Firmino couldn't speak English, nor could Felipe Coutinho. They couldn't speak great English.
I know, bro, but these are different kind of players. These are players that came when they were 24 years old. For example, Nunes came when he was 21.
Coutinho came when he was younger than Nunez.
Coutinho what?
Coutinho came when he was younger from Nunes. We bought him
I
from
think
Inter
Coutinho
when he
was
was a
like 20.
kid.
And to
Yeah,
be
when he
honest,
was a
bro, I think Coutinho is a better talent than Nunes. And that's why I'm saying Nunes not being as good as a talent as Coutinho was, that makes it
Thomas,
harder.
you're not responding to any of the points. That's
Okay, bro.
I'll let you speak for half an hour. I've got no problem. But you're not responding to our points. Once
Okay,
again, me and James have never claimed that he isn't going to come good. We're talking about this past season. We're talking about what we've seen already. Was
Yeah.
Nunes good enough this year? This year, was he good enough?
Good enough for what?
Do you
So
think
when I say
Nunes
that, so let
good enough
me
this year?
interject if that's fine, Hussam. So yeah,
Go on.
Thomas,
Because I may have one set of expectations for him. You might have a different set of expectations for him. This is subjective, bro.
can I ask you something then, Thomas? What's your
Yeah.
expectations for Liverpool? Is it to win league titles or is it top 4?
My expectations for Liverpool is to win the league 4 out of 10 years.
My G. Nah, 4 out of 10 years.
Yeah, 4,
And
5.
then the other, okay, then for instance, the other 6. So let's talk about it from this. Before Nunes joined, we chased the quadruple. We were 1 point off of the Premier League, and we were 1 goal away from the Champions League. The aim, in my opinion, and let me know if you disagree, bro, is if you get a 65 to 85 million pound striker, you would like to think that is the guy who's going to take you from second to first. Is that something that we both align with?
We align with that, bro. But we need to remember we lost Mane as well.
We did lose Mane, and we decided to replace him with another outlet of Darwin Núñez. And Darwin Núñez, when he came in, he did not do well enough. And until we got Gakpo and Núñez was removed as the main outlet, that is when we significantly improved.
For me, I see more the Luis Diaz signing as a kind of Mane replacement.
Fair dues.
I see the Núñez signing as being... Sorry. I see the Núñez signing being a bit more of like a unpredictable kind of signing in terms of if we bring in Núñez, we can play multiple different ways instead of just playing this football where we get it out wide and then have these inside forward. With Núñez, we have the ability and we have he has the presence, bro, to stand in the box, win headers, and therefore we can play in a different way with Núñez in our team.
So do you think going forward he'd be good off the bench?
Of course, bro. I was there at Liverpool-Tottenham 4-3 when he came off the bench and made an impact, bro, in April. He's a good player off the bench.
And is it good enough to spend 65 million for a bench player?
He's not a
when
bench
you're
player.
limited financially. Sorry, carry on.
Don't twist up my words. You said, is he...
Nah, I'm not, G. I'm asking you a very clear question, Thomas. I'm not twisting up anyways.
He's good enough to be on the bench, but he's also good enough to be the best player in that front line within 2 years.
Okay. That's where I struggle to agree.
64 million on a player is going to be good 2 years from now?
Boys, this is opinions. None of us are right.
So you expect Szoboszlai to be good 2 years from now?
I expect Szoboszlai to be good first game of the season, bro.
But why? He
Because-
costs less than Núñez.
Because what?
He costs less than Núñez.
But bro, you don't judge players how good they are and how much we spend on them. Then you would have to say, oh, we only signed Robertson for 4 million.
But why are your expectations different for Núñez, though? That's what I don't get.
My expectations are different.
If I was asking you 12th of July 2022, would you have said all this? You wouldn't have said all this. You would have said Núñez and Haaland was a conversation. 100%.
I never said that.
100% you would have said that.
How can you say 100%, bro? You didn't even know me 1 hour ago, bro.
Yeah, because I know that this wasn't your expectation. Your expectation isn't going to be Núñez to be a bench player for 64 million. Like, come on, let's be real here.
Of course it's not. Of course it's not, bro. But
We didn't even have Gakpo at the time, remember? We didn't even have Gakpo.
Broski, this is the way I look at it, it's a long-term project, right?
And it became a project because he was shit on the pitch. That's reality.
Broski, I'll let you talk. Let me talk, yeah? This guy is a long-term project. This guy is not a player who's going to come in straight away. And I get your point. We spend a lot of money on him. He should technically be able to go in straight away. The only thing I'm saying is, with time, with more training with Klopp and Pep Linders, this guy's going to develop his abilities, bro, and he's going to get even more ruthless. He's got the pace, he's got the power, he's got the strength, he makes good runs, and he has the presence to be a good striker. The two things he lacks for me is sharpness, and he needs to switch on in certain moments. For example, not getting a red card, which will cost us the next 3 games. So there are some criteria you have to fulfill to be a Liverpool player. And this guy fulfills minimum 5 out of 7 for me. But again, this is subjective.
Thomas, we're going to continue this dead quick. We're going to continue. I just need to let Hussam go because he's going to go live on his channel. Guys, go subscribe to his channel, okay? It's in the title.
Nice to meet you, bro. It's okay to have different opinions sometimes. At the end of the day, we support the same club, so let's get...
No, 100%. I've got no problem with you having a different opinion. The only problem I have is you saying your opinion doesn't matter because you're not a Premier League manager. That's what I have a problem with.
And bro, that's not what I meant by my point. Okay?
I hear you, but that was how it's worded, But it is what it is. Listen, I've got to go speak about Chelsea anyway now for an hour. I'm gonna ask James to get Thomas back on for a whole show, so you can actually have this debate.
Thomas, I'd love to get you back on, mate. I think you're boss, lads. I do. I love the passion coming from you.
Okay, we'll speak. And it's good he has his cam on as well, James, so he's not hiding behind the picture.
It can be the cup of tea is over here, you know what I mean?
Come on.
Yeah, see you guys, man. See you. Big up, James, man.
Big up, Sam. Nah, see you later, bro. Thomas, carry on your point because I know you were in the middle of making one.
I'm just saying, this guy's got, bro. He's got so many good things. I'm gonna just read some. Before I came on, I wrote a list on what impresses me when I'm watching Darwin Núñez.
Good. I like the preparation.
Right, bro. This guy, he makes good runs. I'm not saying exceptional runs, but he makes good runs.
He's good running in behind for sure.
Running in behind, and he's got this kind of tunnel vision where he just goes, bro. He goes, and everything's that's beside him, bro. He smashes, bro. Get out of the way. He's got a great presence, bro. Great build. He's tall. He's quick, bro. He's got a good presence, bro. Just to say. His peak years is ahead of him.
Okay.
Right? So what I'm saying by that is, right now, he may not look like a top player, but his best years are to come, bro. Ideally, we want to see the best of Darwin Núñez in 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
And that's not to say he can't be better right now than what he is. I'm just saying the best of him will come in the next couple of years. Bro, I'm 100% sure, bro. This guy's going to come gold for us, bro.
Will the best version of Darwin Núñez be good enough to win us league titles, which, in my opinion, was the purpose of bringing him in?
I think it does, bro. I think it does, and I think it's hard to judge when we haven't seen the best version of him, bro.
But that's exactly what I was going off. So the thing is, I didn't just judge him off of his first few games. I was against the Núñez signing before he joined. So it's not a fact he joined and I thought, oh, I could be controversial here. This was when he was linked with United. When he was linked with United, I'd say I don't mind him going there because I don't think he's that good. And when he played against us, there was a system that was very much adherent to his style of play. So when I talk about Núñez, here's the point I say: he was never good enough to win us a league title. Might be good enough to get us top 4. What proves this is that the finishing, which if you listen to Arsene Wenger, finishing and technical ability only goes so much better after the age of 16. It's just facts, bro. It's just one of those things. I'm not saying you can't score more goals, but I saw Núñez getting chances last season. A lack of chances weren't the problem. Adhering to Núñez weren't the problem. We moved Salah all the way on the touchlines, literally to try and get Núñez more chances, and he missed. When we improved, we were 11th when we were using Núñez quite regularly, and like you said, it even cost us because he got sent off at times. When Gakpo came in, the stylistic changes made to the system. Núñez was then removed out the team when Jota and Diaz came back, and that was when the game started to be won. So as much as we're guessing if he's good enough in a couple of years, right? But one thing I knew right now is that he weren't good enough for last season. And my ambition, which I mentioned to you before, was chasing the quadruple, missing the league from 1 point to then now how do we get to first? Núñez was never this player. Gakpo could have been that player. Núñez was never that player. I don't even think Gakpo was. Gakpo might have kept us in the title race, or he might have kept us in the top 4 conversations. Núñez just weren't that guy for me. So when I say sit here about Núñez, I'm going off and thinking of the memories of fans comparing him to Haaland. I'm going off the memories when people like you say it's because of his language, which is why he's missing sitters. And that's where I sit there and I go, okay, can't agree with this for this reason.
And bro, honestly, bro, like the points you're making, they're very well articulated. They make sense, bro, and it's a good point. I'm not saying the language is the only reason for him not succeeding. I'm just saying I play football myself, bro. I play in the 3rd tier in Denmark. It's not a big level, but it's still a decent.
That's sick, that though, lad. Fair play.
When you don't understand the instructions the manager is telling you and he's not clear about the way he's articulating himself, it's very difficult to go out there and kind of live up to what he expects.
What position do you play?
I play as like a 10 left wing.
Do you ever like? Are you ever an outlet for your team? Like, do they ever look at you for goals? For instance.
They do, bro. I'm the set piece taker, man. What do you mean?
Jeez, my guy. So, do you know if you was not necessarily accurate on your set piece taking and you were brought in to be a set piece taker, but you were getting the set pieces? You were getting the opportunities to take the corners, to take the free kicks, to get the crosses into the box, to find the striker running in behind, because you said you were a number 10 as well. I raised this. If you can do those things and you were getting the opportunity to do those things, but you weren't doing them well, can I not question you?
Of course you can question me, bro. Of
The
course you
same
can.
way that I've seen Darwin Núñez get loads of chances.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's important to question him because he was doing this at Benfica, even though we got more goals.
Yeah. Yeah, you can, bro. And actually, bro, you rightfully shut me up on that one.
Nah, Thomas, bro, you're too sick, man. Can I get a knuckle touch?
Broski, I'm just saying, give this guy some patience. I know, bro.
For you, Thomas, I'll do it. All right.
Bro, my dad's been a Liverpool fan for 42 years, bro, right?
Yeah.
42 years, bro. He tells me that Darwin Núñez has got everything it takes to be one of Liverpool's best ever strikers, bro.
I hope your dad's correct. If your dad's correct, I'm a happy man.
Well, this is a guy who's worked at professional football clubs. This is a guy who has watched football for many, many years, bro. Many years.
He might see something that I just don't see.
Possibly, I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying that there are many people within the industry, bro. We're talking about Jamie Carragher's. We're talking about Rio Ferdinand, Stevie G. Pundits who say that Darwin Núñez, with time, is only going to get better. This is my point, bro. He's not a finished article. He's not a finished article. And I believe, especially his running and his presence will be massive for us this season. With Cody Gakpo coming in, we saw kind of how do I say this? If this is our front line, yeah. When Gakpo plays here and Salah plays here and Núñez plays here, them making in the runs, the inverted runs, gives Darwin Núñez the, how do I say it? It gives Darwin Núñez, bro, the chance,
freedom, the space.
The chance to run the opposite way.
Okay.
So with this kind of movement, bro, that we have with Salah, Firmino, and Mane,
the interchanging between them all.
Interchanging, bro. That's the phrase I was looking for.
Yeah.
With the interphrasing and the different kind of runs, that's the most dangerous Liverpool front line that I've ever seen. I believe Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz, possibly one of them off the left, is going to give Darwin the opportunity to kind of go maybe left a bit more. And therefore, if he improves that shot with the left foot, kind of him coming across the ball. Actually, do you remember the Diogo Jota goal, the 4-3 against Spurs?
Yes, I do, where Lucas Moura gave it away.
I'm talking about that kind of run where he runs kind of off the defender.
Yeah, diagonally into the... Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Diagonally, bro. So if he gets that left shot, bro, on lock, bro, he's going to be causing, bro, madness.
Thomas, I hope you're right, bro. And listen, we'll always remain to have these type of discussions because this channel, that's what it's for. We're here to agree and disagree, but we can have respectful discourse. We can get the conversation and our points across. And lads, I loved how passionate you was. You are probably one of the...
We only do it for the love of the club, bro. We only debate this.
We're all finding solutions. We're all just trying to find solutions to victory, of course. No, you're right, Thomas. Thomas, I'm going to be doing a few more things between now and the end of the stream, so I can't keep you much longer. But is there anything at all? And by the way, I'd love to have you back if you'd ever want to come back. But is there anything at all that you want to shout out, or anything that you want, a message that you want to say to the people?
I want to shout out you, bro. Because not to go too deep into it, because I'm on YouTube. I've had some difficult times, bro, with me kind of having to move abroad and stuff, which kind of caused some mental struggles, bro, and this kind of content, bro, is not something we should be kind of forgetting how important it is, because people like me living in Copenhagen and people live in other places in the world, it's very difficult to kind of get a vibe of what the local fans feel. And I believe, bro, that your voice is especially important for the next 10 years, for kind of shaping the Liverpool fans community worldwide, bro.
Wow.
And you being a local lad, bro, it means a little bit more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
A little bit more because I know how much love you have for the club, and I know, you're very close to the games. You've probably been to more games than most people. So I want to shout you out, bro, and I want to say keep going, man. Keep making great content.
Wow. That's amazing, bro.
And let me know
That's
when I'll
amazing.
be back, bro. Let me know when I need to be back, bro. I'll come with some outfits.
I'm gonna drop you a follow now, Thomas. And if you're up for it, we'll have a little chat later if you want that. Just because you mentioned it, and if you're ever going through anything at all, Thomas, drop me a message. Okay, I want you to know that that's an option for you. Okay, brother.
Big love, bro. Big love. Best Liverpool channel on YouTube, man. Love, bro.
Hey, God bless you, brother. God bless everyone. Give Thomas a round of applause, man. He's a legend, isn't he? What a guy. What a guy. Byron, I apologise, sir. We were kind of in the midst of discussion. What a great discussion. I love debates like that. You know what I mean? Thomas came in, firing line, showing the proper cojones. Came in against Hussam, by the way, and gave him a go. You know what I mean? He gave him a go. Both gents made good points. I saw the chat changing opinions all the way through. So big up to Thomas and thank you so much for the kind words at the end. And thank you guys for all the super chats that you've got. We're not done, but I'm just saying thank you for all the super chats, mate. Like today's a really productive day financially for the YouTube channel. As you guys know, the more finances the YouTube channel makes, the more I can do this type of stuff. So yeah, thank you guys. And shout out to Biden. He says, no one could have predicted how outstanding Salah would have been for us. Say what you want, but but it wasn't the same level of signing as Suarez. Give Darwin time and he will prove us wrong. Bro, that's a good point. Salah weren't the player he ended up being. Darwin could do the very same thing. Yeah, good point, bro. Good point. You never know, do you? Legends, all the respect. Yes. We're not going to be done, by the way, guys. So if you think we're going to finish, we're not going to finish. I want to watch and do a reaction to the training video. I want to see what like Szoboszlai and McAllister and all them man were saying. So I'm going to see if I can get that up right now. And then we'll share the screen and we will... there's a few things that I want to react to before the end of the video, to be fair. Jeez, inside training, blood. Chat, do you think I'll get copyrighted? I don't even give a fuck. Who cares? Who cares? You guys are sending the super chats. They go to me. So we've had a good stream financially. We will go with the flow, yeah? We will go with the flow. Plus, I'm reacting. You can do reaction videos. Right, we'll watch it together. If you haven't seen the inside training video, we'll watch it all together, okay? So let me just share the screen. In fact, that's not the right one. Bash. Kanadish dish. Stop screen. Present. Barigid. Share screen. Sorry, this is me knee, by the way. If you're thinking why I'm sitting weird, it's just because I do that sometimes. Inside training. Share. Bob's your Uncle Fanny's your Aunt May. You know what I mean? We're going to watch this together. 21 minutes. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole thing. Like, where's the volume? There it is. Let's go. Let me know if you can hear everything okay, chat. Let me know if it's running smoothly for you.
Morning, you okay?
Who's that? Let me get my glasses on. Where's my glasses? Cannot find them. Cannot bloody find them. Jeez, man, like more Salah. It's actually so sick seeing them all back in training as well, chat.
Man. No, babe, how are you? How are you, brother? Good. How are you?
Salah and Robbo are a dream partnership, bro.
I just came this off.
Man, like Ibu, blood.
Good morning.
Man, like Ibu, my guy. McAllister. Hey, chat. McAllister looks good in that Liverpool training kit, innit? Hello. I destroyed you. McAllister just looking at all of his victims.
Yeah, of course. Some meditation. Thank you.
Why have we got so many? I know, yeah, that's where all the wages are going, on the staff.
You're going to be so excited.
Yeah. Sick energy, Robbo.
No, it's not my fault. Good.
Henderson's looking skinny, man. See, you're not getting those bad angles that you got before, Jack.
That's first, and then we wait for the run. Get the running out of the way, man.
Got something.
Ready?
Look at Mo Salah, bro.
Really lined up. Yeah, it's all on the back.
Unbelievable. 3.2, Jordan Henderson.
We're having an ab off first.
I'm not standing next to him with an ab. Someone, do you want me to start filming just before the last?
Nah, Henzo's in some shape, though. My man's being cut. Give him Mo Salah a run for his money, blood.
That's for you,
Yes,
Good morning. How are you? Good.
Virgil.
Morning, everyone.
Look at this! Wow, what a body! I saw that boxing. All right, son. So that
Chat, what I want to actually raise there, don't you think it's interesting the way they're like, oh, what a body? I don't know if they're joking because of all the uproar it caused on social media, but is it just because Henderson might have been a little bit out of shape last year? So they're like, ah, well done. Like, look at you in shape. I don't know. I might be misreading it. I think I might be.
that boxing, innit?
Yeah, so you can either go to Marietta.
All the boxing.
Oh, what a body!
Woo!
Get me a woman who looks at me the way Robbo looks at Henderson.
Have you been working hard?
Yeah, I don't know if it. Great tap. Great to see you. Great.
Oh my God.
Chat, let me know if you like this reaction content. We'll do more of it. He's coming, lad. I'm waiting for him.
No carbs. No carbs.
No,
I love the dinner ladies, you know. How have you been? Oh, that's good.
Personal trainers. We will work with you one-to-one to get 30 clients in 12 weeks. Or
Nah, nah, mate. You haven't even got muscles and you're selling a training program. Shut your mouth, mate. It's like me saying I'm going to get Jordan Henderson into better shape. Oh,
you went to
no.
Germany already, bro?
Guys, I'm sorry. I've actually got to stop doing it. Ah, chat, we've messed up. I've got to stop reacting to that one. I've just got a copyright claim. If you don't believe me, look at this. Literally just got a copyright claim there. Ah, we tried it. Will I get a strike for that? I hope I don't get a strike for it. Come on. I didn't mean it, YouTube. I thought it was fine. Is no longer being streamed. Re-enabled. Well, yeah, man. Free Hamez, blood. Free Hamez. Yeah, I can't even find my glasses, so I can't even read the email to see if I've been copyright claimed. Was interrupted. I don't think I've been claimed, though. Yeah, I don't think I've been claimed. I think they've just removed monetization for the video. That's such a shame. I was enjoying that. You know what I mean? Reset the stream, Hamez. Nah. It's not about resetting the stream. It's fine. It's just I'm not allowed to share that content. Clearly, it's just it's a problem with the link. I might have to go over to Twitch, chat, if I want to do like reaction content like that. Because on Twitch, I know it doesn't do the same copyright type idea. So maybe in future, we'll think about that. Yeah, man, free Hamez, free the guys, blood. I'm sorry, guys. I gave you the proof. I tried to watch it. I enjoyed that. At least we got to see the Robbo part, you know what I mean? But what's it called, guys? We'll leave the stream there. It was cut short by YouTube, the bell ends. We'll just have to stick to compilations for now. I really hope that hasn't gave me a copyright strike. I don't think it's gave me a strike. I think it's just gave me it just let me know like a claim. Shit, man. Shit. Guys, big up to everyone who came in tonight's stream, man. We had a great debate. We got to react to some Liverpool stuff before we got demonetized. Thankfully, though, through everybody who supported today, Byron, Mo, Amir Khan, Mo, Aiden, Amir Khan again, who knows? James Redmond is hot. Alex LFC. All those guys who super chatted in this stream, oh my goodness, thank you so much, because you've actually just saved the revenue for the day. Like, when it's heavy when YouTube do shit like that, mate, where they're just demonetizing YouTubers. I understand it because I was literally watching the content, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's going to still be enough money to cover the channel for the day. So thank you so much, guys. Again, Jesus always loves you. Remember who your Lord and Savior is, and if you ever want to message me about it and you ever want to ask me questions, then feel more than free. But I love you, and I hope you all have a beautiful night. Okay, people. God bless, and peace.